3 reasons why the hybrids might not be one of your favourite clubs in the bag. A lot of golfers that come in to see me really struggle with hybrids when they're on the ground. Quite happy in the semi-rough, a little bit of fluff underneath the ball, quite happy off a tee, but when you're on a short, compact fairway, 3 reasons why you're probably struggling with that shot. So why is this important? I think a lot of golfers, if you're playing quite long golf courses, there are going to be a lot of holes where using a hybrid and using a hybrid well can be a massive advantage. Obviously we've got a longer club, it looks like a mini wood, but in my opinion I think most people need to play it more like an iron. The common mistake that I see, and this is going to be number 1, a lot of golfers are trying to sweep the ball off the ground when they already thin the ball. They're already thinning, they're already topping, but in their head they're trying to go for a sweeping motion, and all that's going to do, if you're one of those golfers, is make you strike the club really low in the club face. Low in the face, high on the golf ball, middle to top of the golf ball, and you're going to continue struggling with the same problem. What we need to try and aim for is a slightly steeper angle of attack. So we're going to hit ball first, ground second. If you take a small little nick of turf, a little bit of a divot, that is absolutely fine. We are looking for a slightly more descending blow if you're one of those golfers. So how do you do that? What I would do is I would make sure that you start with some really good practice swings. So have 1 or 2 swings, pick a spot in front of the golf ball. So imagine a big line right in front of that golf ball, and try and make a few swings where you start to strike the ground. And why is that important? That's important because that is a reminder of what you have to do in order to be successful with hybrids. You have to strike the ground, you have to get ball first, and if you can get really good at that, then the consistency levels of these clubs is going to be so much better. So start with practice swings. That is a really easy thing you can start to do in the golf course. Strike the ground, target side of the golf ball. You can do it straight away, you could take it out today, go and give it a try, and I would be surprised if you didn't hit more good shots. The other reason why a lot of people sweep rather than strike down enough is because it looks like a wood or a mini driver. The tendency is to have the ball position way too far forward, inside the left heel, or only slightly inside the left heel. If you're someone who tops or thins, I would recommend that you start to bring that ball position back, because the other thing that happens when the ball goes forward, the upper body, again, because it feels like a mini driver, the upper body starts to tilt to the right, and when the chest and the left shoulder start to move behind the golf ball, guess what? That starts to move the low point of the swing, the bottom of the swing, before the golf ball. Fats and thins are going to start creeping in, so we definitely don't want to set up that way. Your ball position needs to be inside the left shoulder to begin with. If we're going to strike down on it and get consistent contact, we can't have it left of that left shoulder at the beginning. So what I would recommend that you do is start like a 7 iron and get the ball more central. That's going to be a reminder that you're not going for excess tilt, and then from there just take a small step to the left. So that ball position now is slightly left of centre. It's maybe in line with a logo on your jumper, but it's also inside this left shoulder, which is really, really key to having that slightly downward angle of attack. We're not going for huge divots, but we definitely want a slight downward angle. We still have some loft on the golf club, so if we get that strike, that ball is going to get airborne. And then with that, that gets the body more organised and in a better position to strike these well. So then let's move on to number 2, weight distribution. We definitely don't want to be leaning back too much. I would treat this one similar to an iron. Either go 50-50 or maybe favour the left-hand side ever so slightly. We're talking maybe 5% or so. We're there, that gets the weight distributed evenly, and then the aim of the swing is to try and get that weight to the left as early as possible. So we do the initial takeaway, and then from there we want to start moving the weight into the left, and we want to finish on that left leg. And I think that's really going to help and stop any swaying off the ball. That's a big culprit for poor hybrid play. That's also going to stop lifting up, because a lot of people who sway to the right also extend up too much. And then the problem with that change of spine angle, you then have to get back down, and quite often you're going to give up something when you do that. So we've got the ball position on the logo, inside the left shoulder. We've got the weight slightly favouring the left side. And once we've got past that initial takeaway position, we want the weight to start moving to the left. So we're there, take away, and then the weight moves to the left. So I think these things are key. Definitely keep an eye on those things. With that better setup, with that weight shifting forward, just by changing how you think about the shot, making those practice swings target side of the golf ball. Honestly, make sure you do that. I really do think that is one of the key things. A lot of people, when they start doing that, make a fresh air swing, and struggle to make contact with the ground. All of those shots, if we do that with a golf ball, would be a thin or a top, because the club hasn't struck the ground, so it has to strike the ground. Really, really important. So make sure you start making those swings. That will help you shift the weight forward. That will help you extend the arms in order to strike the ground. And from such a basic drill, some really good things can start to happen. Do it on the golf course. You can try that out with your irons and your fairway woods off the ground as well. Make sure you take that out onto the golf course. You can try it with irons. You can try it with fairway woods off the ground. It's a really, really helpful focus in your practice swing. Rather than having 5 million thoughts, what do my arms do? What does this do? Just think about where you should strike the ground and you should start to get some more success. Ball position, absolutely crucial. We don't want the ball forward with excessive tilt. That's driver. That's 3-wood off a tee. Definitely not a hybrid on a fairway. And then weight distribution, just that constant reminder that we should not be hanging back in any fashion. We should be shifting the weight towards the front foot, so again you can get that consistent contact on your hybrids. So give those 3 things a try. Comment down below how you get on. If you found this video helpful, make sure you click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you'd like a free golf lesson with me, which you'll see just here on the screen, check out the description link below and send me some of your swings. Once again, thanks for watching and see you next time on the channel.